So if you know anything about guitar pedals, especially fuzz pedals, you've probably heard of the Behringer Super Fuzz 300. There's tons of reviews on this pedal online, so I just had to get one for myself to check it out, and it has an incredible sound. Despite the fact that it's so inexpensive and it's very cheap feeling, like it's definitely not a high quality pedal, you can put it that way. You know, just tell by touching it, it's all plastic housing, plastic knobs, everything's plastic. But in spite of that, it sounds really good. I actually got mine for about 50 bucks. Some people are able to get them for like $20 or $30, but I had to pay a little bit more, but that's okay. So it's a very nice fuzz pedal for the price. So where do you put the Super Fuzz in your signal chain anyway? I actually prefer to put it right at the very start of the chain, ideally before everything else. But in reality though, I have it set just after my envelope filter and my tuner. And I'll show you what that looks like on my board right now. Here's how it looks on my board. I have my guitar over here and it comes into the envelope filter first and then the tuner and the fuzz. You could probably even put it right at the beginning, as I said before, and that would be a good move, but I like having it like this because I typically use my envelope filter more than I use this. And then these two pedals and these two pedals are in the effects loop of my orange amp. So it comes down in through here, there, into the noise gate, excuse me, starts there and then goes and then my guitar over there. And so what's cool about this pedal is that you got every type of fuzz on it pretty well. And you can adjust the level, which is the overall output level of the pedal, the treble, the gain, the bass, and then you have 3 modes. So you have fuzz 1, fuzz 2, and boost. And I've seen some other videos on YouTube where they show that you can actually put this switch in between 1 and 2 and it'll like activate both circuits. So you get like a mixture of fuzz 1 and fuzz 2, which is very interesting. I don't know if they did that on purpose, but it works either way. My favorite is fuzz 2 and it's what I use for the intro song on this. Here, I'm gonna show you the switch between the 2 levels too. There you go. It's kind of both. Turn the gain up a bit. And one tip I got for you is, I think it sounds the best when you use no more than 2 strings. Like when you get a lot of strings in there, I find it gets a little muddy. So you want it to just have like 2. Even there, that's 3 and it sounds like too much. But if you got 2, that's how you get a really nice fuzz sound. Sounds great with octaves. Crank the treble. There's also a boost too, which actually sounds pretty cool. thing I think nobody has talked about is whether or not a carbon battery will sound different in this pedal. I don't know if you're aware, but some pedals, particularly fuzz pedals, the ones that use the old circuits, they will react in such a way where the pedal sound will sound better if you're using a carbon battery. So I'm gonna show you how to put the battery in right now. I have a carbon battery that I'm gonna put inside it. So we'll do like a contrast between the power supply and the carbon battery. So as you can see here, I got the Super Fuzz, and what I like to do is I actually use a pen to take it off just like this. It's actually a little harder to do the first time. If you've never done it before, it's a bit tricky. You kind of have to push on both of them just like this. And then eventually when you get them to come through, you can get the top off and change the battery. So there you go. Now I got a carbon-based battery right here. I'm gonna put that inside there. There we go. Now I'm gonna put the case back on, and then we'll do a quick contrast. Let's try with the carbon battery now. So I'm gonna take out my power supply. I'm gonna unhook it, and we're just gonna have the carbon battery. Drop that bass down. A little bass heavy. Put the power supply back on.